There's an old Hasidic saying that the way a Jew conducts himself or establishes himself on the Shabbos Bereshis, this first Shabbos after the holidays, which is this coming Shabbos, that's an indication of how the whole year will go for that person, how it will be conducted, how it will be observed. And the reason for this is because, well, you would add the obvious question is, why don't we say this about Rosh Hashanah and Kippur? It's the first day of the year after all. If the first day goes well, the whole year will go well. Wouldn't we think that? Or Yom Kippur, the holiest day of the year. But my friends, that's not the way it works. We know that that's not the way it works. And on a day like Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, or Simchas Torah for that matter, those are very spiritually energized days. They lift the world up, every person in the world, on a different level, certainly Jews. So the way you conduct yourself on Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur is hardly an indication of how the rest of the world will, the rest of the year will be, because when those energized days are behind us and the spirituality dissipates, we find ourselves back to where we were before they ever even began. And so what you do on Rosh Hashanah and Kippur doesn't always indicate how the rest of the year will go. This Shabbos is somewhere in between the spiritual energy of the high holidays and the rest of the year. You see, it is part of Tishrei. It is still energized with that special, higher level of spiritual quality. It's not quite like Rosh Hashanah and Kippur. So the way we set ourselves on this Shabbos, when we're kind of like going back into the regular routine, and if we can allow the spiritual influence or energy of the holiest days of the year, which we just passed, we can allow them to influence this Shabbos, the way we conduct ourselves, what seems to be a regular Shabbos. It's not anything out of the ordinary. Yes, it is the first Shabbos where we read the beginning of the Torah, but it's a regular Shabbos. It's not part of the holidays anymore. That's why this Shabbos became the indicator. That's the signpost. If you conduct yourself on a high level this Shabbos, that's probably an indication that you internalized the holiness and the spiritual energy and the influence of the high holidays, and you're allowing it to carry you further. And that's an indication that you probably personalized, internalized the holy days and made it real, so that even on the Shabbos that doesn't have that aura, you're still on a higher level. Well, that means that by next Shabbos and the Shabbos after that, you'll probably be doing the same thing. So this Shabbos is a really important Shabbos. Do a little extra, make Kiddush, maybe even come to shul if you weren't planning to. It's a good idea. Allow this Shabbos to be a little different. It'll probably influence the other 51 Shabbatot of the coming year. For me personally, I want to say my wife and I merited, and we were very lucky, and thank God we began the year on a high note. The day after Simchas Torah, the first day we learned the Bereshis, the new Torah. My son got engaged, our son got engaged, Mendel, to a wonderful girl from Crown Heights, Brooklyn, Yehudis Kaplan, a wonderful family. We're thrilled. So we started it off on a good note. I hope that it continues for the rest of the year, that we should make simchas the way we established ourselves this week, right? That's how the rest of the year will go. And I extend that blessing to everyone else here, that our year should be one full of simchas and one of joy and one of happy occasions, easy happiness, that should go easy and pleasant and just good for everyone. We should have a lot of births this year, a lot of bar mitzvahs, a lot of weddings. Just good things should happen in our lives, in your lives, and we should share in those simchas together. Shabbat shalom, and have a wonderful Shabbat Bereshit.